Check 1 2. Test, test, test. 1 2 3. 1 2 3. Test, test, test. 1 2 3. 1 2 3. 1 2. 1 2. Guess I can turn that off. I don't need to hear Doug Gottlieb anymore. Since all the day games were rained out today. Test 1 2 3. 1 2 3. Check, check. Yep, still nothing has started. Darn it. 1 2 3.
KACA.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
We all have had a time in our lives where having insurance has been of great comfort and has helped to not make a bad situation worse. That is what we at Naylor Insurance take pride in, being that friend there to help you when you need it most. At Naylor Insurance, we will work hand in hand to find an affordable insurance plan that works for you. We are proud to represent a number of carriers to fit your commercial insurance needs, including a wide variety of options through Liberty Mutual Insurance. Call us at 852-0810. Naylor Insurance, 153 North State in Preston.
Well, we had no winner on Friday in the KCH Money Magnet Contest, sponsored by Franklin County Medical Center and Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. So we throw another $5 into the jackpot, and your next chance to win comes up Monday morning following the 7:30 news. I'll give out the 4-digit lucky number. Hopefully it'll match the number that you have, and you could win $205 in the jackpot on Monday. Be listening. It's the KCH Money Magnet Contest on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
A proud member of the co-op. We save you money on advertising and enable you to reach more customers. We are KACH, Preston, Clarkston.
So you've had plenty of time since there's no umpire grid.
Yeah, it's not like pressing that we need it. It's not like we're gonna use it anyway, so we'll be good. Thanks for calling.
What's that?
It's a green company out of Nebraska.
Okay, Dave, we changed our mind. You don't have to run the concession stand. You now have to umpire.
I know there's one here. Guy from Bear Lake, what's his name?
I don't know names.
Yeah. But he came and changed. I didn't see him put on any protection though, so I don't know.
Oh.
Might be in the field.
What, he changed down there? Oh, okay. He's gonna say nobody came up here.
He was coming up when I came, and that's why I was surprised he wasn't up there. But, so I know one's here.
Okay.
He can be home plate. I can be field. That's an easy job.
Send John out there.
Yeah.
We don't need a PA to answer.
Yeah. All I have to do is do this once or twice, and do this a couple times. It's gonna be a long night. You guys can roll shampoo for whoever moves something else. Yeah, literally.
That just doubled your fun. I seriously don't remember how. I've never played in my life.
Like riding your bike.
I used to do it for I know. Yeah. Back. I'll take it back by me. It's well, I was like, what did I do now? Okay, what kind of stats do you have? Do you need your guys' batting average to go up? All of that. Okay. I got you.
I don't know. It didn't look like it. As he got closer, it doesn't look like the way he walks. This is your countdown for the Preston Indians pregame show. Pregame in 30 seconds from Mark. As we'll have a good game today, hopefully. And pregame show will start in 15 seconds from Mark. Pre-game in 10 seconds from Mark. Have a good game. Pre-game show in 5 seconds from Mark. This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Welcome here to Tony Hansen Field as today the Preston Indians open up district play as they will take on the Century Diamondbacks here this afternoon. Century and Preston have met twice during the regular season this year. Preston winning both games, winning first game by a score of 12-2, and then coming back and taking the nightcap of what was then a doubleheader by the final score of 22-4. So in this game here today, the winner will move on and then take on the Pocatello Thunder tomorrow over at Hollowell Field in Pocatello, and we'll go from there to see exactly who will play where or when, depending on what happens here this afternoon, as it's a double elimination district tournament as these two teams will meet here in the first game here today. So for the Indians, as they come in with an overall record on the year of 10-6-1, Century has struggled this year as they are winless on the season. They are 0-19 overall on the year. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have the starting lineups and the first pitch for today's game right after this.
KACH.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
We all have had a time in our lives where having insurance has been of great comfort and has helped to not make a bad situation worse. That is what we at Naylor Insurance take pride in, being that friend there to help you when you need it most. At Naylor Insurance, we will work hand in hand to find an affordable insurance plan that works for you. We are proud to represent a number of carriers to fit your commercial insurance needs, including a wide variety of options through Liberty Mutual Insurance. Call us at 852-0810. Naylor Insurance, 153 North State in
A proud member of the co-op. We save you money on advertising and enable you to reach more customers. We are KACH, Preston, Clarkston.
Let's go! Batter up! We're taking the afternoon off. It's a beautiful day for a ball game today. The fans are out to get a ticket or two. From Walla Walla, Washington to Kalamazoo. It's a beautiful day for a home run. But even a triple's okay. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today.
Today's game is brought to you by West Motors, your only stop for new and used cars in Preston and in Logan. Stokes Market True Value with the freshest meats and produce, and now preparing and selling sushi. Franklin County Medical Center for the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Preston Dental Care. When you have an occasion when you need a professional to take care of your teeth, call Dr. Iverson at Preston Dental Care. Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, an independent agency with many options for all of your insurance needs. Preston Auto Parts Car Quest. We have all the parts that you need to keep your car running strong. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building new homes in the Blue Sage Park region of Preston. Naylor Insurance for home, health, life, and auto from Liberty Mutual. Motor Jungle. Looking for a used car? Stop by and see what Motor Jungle has to offer. This game is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School and Cook Brothers Broadcasting and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast of this game, in whole or in part without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, is strictly prohibited. As we welcome you back here to Tony Hansen Field as we are just underway here in the top of the first inning as leadoff hitter Elias Blackhawk for the Century Diamondbacks, and the count is 1-1 strike. Let's get you the lineup here for Centuries. The next pitch is a big ground ball towards short. Burbank backs up to get a hop, straightens and throws in time for the out.
Nice.
So Blackhawk grounds out, and that'll bring up Gavin Flynn, the third baseman. He'll be followed by the pitcher, Kaj Valapando. Then it'll be Blake Phelan hitting fourth. He'll be the catcher today. Jake Call is the second baseman. He'll hit in the 5 spot. Derek Malcolm is the left fielder. He will hit 7th as the first pitch is up high. Ball 1. Check that. He'll hit 6th, I should say. Jackson Humphreys will hit 7th. He's at first base. Dax Paulson is the right fielder. He'll hit 8th. And then Cameron Packard will hit 9th as the pitch here to Flynn is swung on and missed. 1-1 strike. Just the top of the first inning. Dan Hubbard here with you at the ballpark. John Beverly back in studio today. Glad to have you along here this afternoon. As the next pitch hit in the air to left field, that's going to be playable. Thorson's got to come up a half dozen steps, but he's there and makes the catch.
Thorson makes the catch for out number 2.
So with 2 outs, that brings up Kaj Valapando. As we get started just a couple of minutes early here again. And a partly cloudy, just a gentle breeze here at the ballpark this afternoon as our game time temperature 66 degrees here today. First pitch to Valapando is rolled foul, and it's 0-1. Unlike the girls' game yesterday, boy, the wind was howling over at Century High School. It must have been blowing 30 miles an hour straight out to left field. As the next pitch to Valapando is up high, and it's 1-1 strike. See if we can take a chance here to set the boys with the leather for the Indians here in the first inning. We get a chance with 2 outs as the next pitch misses inside the breaking ball, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Austin Glead getting the start on the mound today for the Indians. As the next pitch home is a breaking ball that is on the corner, and it's 2-2. There was some question as to if Devin Englet was going to play in the field today or not, as that pitch is up high. Believe that runs the count full now, 3-2. Englet gets the start at second base today. So this is his first game playing in the field since he injured his shoulder about 3 or 4 weeks ago. The 3-2 pitch on the way is rolled foul. The grass now has really started to thicken up here. So behind home plate, it's really thick. It's a nice, fast infield as far as being in play. Again, the 3-2 pitch on the way to Valapando, and again, it's hit foul. And again, stays full at 3-2. So the opening game of the district tournaments as the playoffs are here. Again, Glead peeks in to Madsen, has the sign that he wants. Now time called as Valapando is tired of waiting, asks for and gets timeout from the home plate umpire here today. And the 3-2 pitch again, swung on and missed on a good breaking pitch. As Valapando goes down on strikes, Glead gets his first strike out of the game, and the Diamondbacks are gone in order here in the top of the first inning. After a half inning here this afternoon, it is Century nothing, and the Preston Indians coming to bat.
KACA.
We all have those times when we need to see someone due to oral pain or discomfort. That is when you need to see Dr. Iverson at Preston Dental Care. When it comes to the health of your teeth, we should always strive for perfection and settle for excellence. Dr. Iverson at Preston Dental Care is the comfortable and professional general dentist that we all need from time to time. Contact Preston Dental Care today and make an appointment. Call 852-3700. That's 852-3700. Take the first step to healthier teeth and gums. Call Preston Dental Care, 208-852-3700.
If you feel like your bank works against you, we invite you to move your accounts to Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. We work for you, not against you. Serving Southeast Idaho for over 65 years, we offer totally free checking with cash back rewards, 0 fees credit cards, low auto loan rates, and excellent customer service. Visit today, 311 South Highway 91, Preston. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Here, the advantage is yours. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
Hey, ranchers and growers, remember you can start your day with the latest information and market trends. It's the Morning Farm Block. Weekday mornings at 6 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Bottom of the first inning, no score, as it is Kaj Valapando going through his warm-up tosses, which gives us the chance to give you the Preston lineup, as Ashton Matson will lead off. He's doing the catching today. Devin Englet is batting second and playing at second base. Chase Oxborough, the first baseman, hits third. Damon Wynn, the center fielder, he'll hit in the 4 spot. Carson Chug drops down to the 5 spot in the lineup. He's over in right field today. Austin Glead bats 6th and plays pitcher. Seth Burbank is the shortstop. He hits 7th. Trevor Gregory is the third baseman. He'll bat 8th. And then Emery Thorson is the left fielder, and he will bat in the number 9 spot. So Preston, who is 10-6-1 overall on the year. They finished with 3-2 in the district. With the one game that they missed was a rainout against Century that they were never able to get scheduled to try to make the game up. So Preston is just missing a game in district play, and it didn't really matter much because they still finished 2 games behind Pocatello, as Pokey was 5-1 overall in district play here. So here is Ashton Matson to lead off, as Ash hitting from the left side. And the first pitch to Matson misses down low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Of course, for Preston, with those 2 games that they played against Century, both of them were here. It was part of a doubleheader where the Indians won the first game by a score of 12-2, and then came back and won the nightcap by a score of 22-4, as that pitch from Century is up high. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. The second game of that doubleheader, Preston got off to a quick and very early start. Here's the 2-0. This is inside, ball 3. In the bottom of the first inning of that game 2 of the doubleheader, Preston sent 17 men to the plate. And before the dust had settled, they had a total of 12 runs on 10 hits, and there was also a couple of walks. As the 3-0 pitch is down low, ball 4. So Madsen walks. He'll head down to first base, the leadoff man aboard for the Indians here in the bottom of the first inning, and that'll bring up Devin Englet. For Devin, the highest batting average on the team during the regular season, as he checked in at that lofty batting average of .482 on the year, had a home run and 24 runs batted in on the season. Valapando looks over at first, comes home, and the first pitch misses down low, ball 1. That's 5 balls in a row now thrown by Kaj to open the ball game. In that doubleheader that the Indians played against the Diamondbacks here, it really was the Devin Englet show that day, as he had 7 hits in that game and 9 at-bats, as Madsen bluffs over at first base, and the next pitch misses outside again, ball 2, 2-0. Outfield pretty much straight up here against Englet. The right fielder, Paulson, squeezing the line. There goes the runner. The pitch is low, and the throw is a pretty good one, but just a little bit late. And Madsen able with a head-first slide to sneak in around the tag. So the count goes to 3-0. Check that, 1-2 is what the home plate umpire has on Devin Englet. As the next pitch home is sliced foul along the right field line, that will go foul. So it stays at a ball and 2 strikes. What little wind there is, probably blowing 10 to 15 miles an hour, blowing straight out to left field. But it is a very nice day. This probably is the 1-2 pitch is up high, and the count evens at 2-2. This is probably easily the best day that we've had here for Preston baseball here at Tony Hansen Field this year. Valapando ready, comes home as the next pitch again misses down and away. Now it runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So after walking Madsen to open up the ball game here in the bottom of the first inning, he's in danger of walking Englet now as well to put 2 men on and nobody out, as Chase Oxborough waiting on deck. And the 3-2 pitch is outside. There goes Madsen for third. The throw gets by the third baseman, goes into left field, and he'll be safe there. And on the throw to the plate, look out, Englet goes to second base, stumbles, but gets to the bag anyway. Now we got to make sure that Davin's okay.
On the stolen base play.
So stolen base and then a throwing error on the catcher will allow Madsen to come in
on the walk,
as Englet with a walk and then goes to second base on the fielder's choice when the play went to the plate. So 1-0 Indians as they're off and running here already, as the first pitch to Oxborough was hammered toward the gap in left center field, and that's going to one-hop the fence. Englet will score easily, as that's going to bounce over the fence and go as a ground rule double for Chase Oxborough. So Chase doubles in a run. It's 2-0 Preston with their first hit of the game. And with nobody out and a couple of runs in already, that'll bring up Damon Wynn, I should say. Wynn hit 367 on the year.
Damon Wynn, the batter.
As he'll come up here with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning and a couple of runs in here for the Indians already. They look back at Oxborough at second base. Valapando ready, comes home, and the first pitch to Wynn is hit in the air off the first base side. That's going to go out of play.
That's out of play.
And it's 0-1 on Wynn. Damon, as we mentioned, hitting 367 during the regular year with 8 runs batted in. He was 3 for 7 in the doubleheader against Century a couple of weeks ago. The 0-1 swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Valapando ready again as he straightens and comes home, and the 0-2 pitch is in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. He doesn't know where it's at. Oxborough's going to go to third, and he'll stay there. Pitch was in the dirt, crossed up the catcher, so we'll call it a wild pitch. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes, and now Wynn can pick up a run here with Oxborough standing at third base. Valapando ready, and the next pitch swung on and missed. So Wynn strikes out, chases a pitch up in the zone for the first out.
That's out number 1. Chug the batter.
And that'll bring up Carson Chug. Chug, the right fielder, drove in 10 runs during the regular season and finished the year with a .373 batting average. as he hits from the right side. The first pitch from Valapando, ground ball to short. That's going to get the run in. They'll go to first base. It's low, and he gets away from the first baseman. And Chug's going to turn and go to second base. It'll be a throwing error against the shortstop Blackhawk as the throw was low, and the first baseman Humphreys not able to dig it out. So Chug reaches on the error. That's the second error here in the bottom of the first inning against the Diamondbacks. And now here is Austin Glead. As Oxborough came home on the ground ball. As Chug will get an RBI for his efforts because Oxborough was headed home before the error. And the first pitch is up high, ball one and no strikes to Austin. Next pitch to Glead, that's rolled foul. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. For the longest part of the year, Glead had the highest batting average on the team, but faded just a little bit over the past few weeks, and ended up still with a batting average that's up in the high rent district at .434 on the year. As he takes that pitch up high, and it's 2 balls and a strike. He finished with 23 RBIs, which was one behind Devin Englet, who had 24 overall on the year. Here comes the 2-1. Hit to the air to center. Coming up in a hurry. That's going to fall in front of Packard. He'll get it back in, and Preston will have runners at the corners as Austin Glead with a single to center field. Just the second hit here of the inning. Still only 1 out here in the inning, and now we've got to bring up Seth Burbank, the 7th batter to hit here in the bottom of the first inning. Burbank had a pretty good day on that doubleheader day against Century earlier. He finished with 4 hits and a couple of walks in 8 official at-bats in the game. As they'll bluff to third, look to first, and they got Glead picked off as he was headed on to second base on first motion, and he's out 1-4 on the caught stealing. So that's the second out.
With 2 outs.
And Chug stands at third base. And Burbank still at the plate, patiently waiting to see a first pitch here from Kaj Valapando. And the first pitch is hit foul back into the screen. Today's game brought to you by our friends at Webb Funeral Home. Their compassionate staff will help you in your time of need. Call 852-0533 for Webb Funeral Home. You know them, you trust them, they're here to stay. Next pitch, misses down and away. Tried to get him to chase one, but he lays off. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So 3 runs in the inning for the Indians. Started out bad enough with back-to-back walks to open up, and that is never good. Next pitch to Burbank, breaking ball, that's for a strike, and it's now 1-2. 1 walk to lead off an inning is bad enough. When you put 2 on with a walk to open up an inning, that is going to drive a pitching coach and a head coach to get gray hair and high blood pressure quickly, as that pitch again misses down low, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2, Burbank back up there. Down the line from third comes Chug. And the 2-2 offering. Hit back up the middle into center field. That'll get the run in. And it's 4-0 as Burbank singles to center.
RBI for Burbank.
So Preston leads 4-0 as Burbank drives in Chug. And now here's the 8th batter in the lineup, Trevor Gregory, who'll get an at-bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Gregory hit 250 during the regular season. He also had a total of 8 RBIs on the year. Got off to a cold start, and even though he recovered and was doing much better later in the year, he got in such a hole to start the season, he couldn't get the batting average back to to show really what kind of a hitter he really is. Valapando ready again, and here comes the 0-1. That's ripped toward the gap in left center field, and that too is going to go to the fence. As around second base is Burbank. They're going to slow to get it in. They're going to send Burbank to the plate. The throw goes toward third, and it's an RBI double for Gregory.
Burbank scores on the single to left center.
As Burbank comes home, and it's 5-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. So here comes Emery Thorson as the Indians are going to bat around here in the bottom of the first. Thorson, the number 9 hitter in the lineup, hitting .362 with a couple of home runs and 16 runs batted in. A couple of weeks ago, of course, you remember Thorson had those back-to-back games where he had 3-run home runs in the games. Excuse me. As he had a game at Marsh with a 3-run home run, and then followed that up with a 3-run home run in the game at Bear Lake the next time out. So here's Thorson with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And the first pitch to Emery misses down low, ball 1 ball with no strikes. Thorson had also had 4 hits in that doubleheader against Century. He was 4 for 6 overall. He also had a couple of walks in that series, as that's a ground ball, and that's into left field. They're going to get Gregory to third and then hold him there
For Thorson.
as Thorson singles. And they'll go back to the top of the order now, and Ashton Madsen will come back up. So that's 4 straight hits for the Indians and 5 overall here in the inning. Of course, this is nothing like the second game of the doubleheader when Preston sent 17 men to the plate in the first inning, but you don't get to bat around all that often, and when you do it, it's certainly noteworthy. So here's Madsen, the 10th man to bat here in the inning. As Valapando looks back over at first, Thorson not running, and the first pitch here is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Keep an eye on Madsen with a Thorson rather, with a 5-0 lead. See if he's going to be running. He's not going, and the pitch misses outside, and it's 1-1. With the left-hander Madsen at the plate, they might ask Thorson just to stay put to keep that right side of the infield open with the first baseman holding the bag there. Ball and a strike on Madsen. Valapando ready, comes home. That next pitch misses down and in, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Madsen back up there, Thorson at first. Gregory stands over at third. Valapando taking his time, checks over at first a couple of times, now comes home to Madsen. And again, that pitch misses down and in. And it's now 3 balls and a strike. Ashton, who walked to open up the bottom of the inning, stole second. And eventually stole third, and then came home on a throwing error by the catcher on a wide throw at third base that went into left field. As the 3-1 pitch is high, Madsen's walked for the second time in the inning.
Madsen reaches on a walk.
Third walk overall for Valapando. With the bases loaded, here comes Devin Englet.
Englet now batting, followed by Oxborough.
So Devin, who also walked and scored a run earlier in the inning, now comes up with the bases juiced here. First pitch home to Englet. This is outside, ball 1 ball and no strikes. So all of a sudden, Valapando is not able to even find the strike zone. In fact, he's really not even close. As he's working out of the stretch, comes set again at the letters, and the next pitch to Englet is lined to right. Base hit just over the head of the second baseman. Call. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in. Here comes Madsen to the plate. The throw is going to be no throw. They're going to hold it. And Englet clears the bases with a 3-run double.
Englet.
So Madsen comes home, Gregory comes home, Thorson comes home, and it's 8-0 Preston here in the bottom of the first inning. And the four-legged fans going crazy downstairs. And let's see, it looks like we're going to have a pitching change as Vallapando's not going to make it out of the first inning here this afternoon. So a new pitcher coming in for Century. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is coming up right after this.
KACH.
From sunup to sundown, we spend our time on the dairy, caring for cows and producing milk. And we also love being part of our tight-knit communities, being advocates for the kids in our schools, and being providers of safe, nutritious food for families around here and around the world. As your local dairy producers, we are more than farmers. We are Dairy West.
The Limbic Arc may help you or someone you know be more calm. It's simple to use. Find out more by logging on to mylocalradio.com and clicking on the Limbic Arc logo. Check it out now. Visit mylocalradio.com and click on any
KACH.
Well, the new pitcher here for the Diamondbacks with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning is Jake Call, who comes in from his second base spot and will take over on the hill here with 2 outs. Can't close the book officially on Villapando as of yet, but he went just 2/3 of an inning, gave up 6 hits, 8 runs so far, but he's still responsible for Englet standing out at second base. Not all of those runs are earned, as there was 2 errors behind him in the field. He walked 3 and struck out 1. So here is Call as he's going through his warm-up tosses, and for the Diamondbacks, they have dug themselves a hole to try to get out of already here, and we're not even out of the first inning, as the Indians have a big lead before the seats are hardly warm. They lead 8-0 here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning, and Chase Oxborough will come up. Oxborough, who doubled in a run his first time up here this afternoon and also scored a run, will come up with Englet in scoring position and looking to tack on another one. So Call, the right-hander, will pitch to the left-handed hitting first baseman Oxborough. As he comes set at the belt, and the first pitch to Chase, big overhand curveball, stays high with that big jug. There's really not much break to it, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Call ready again as he checks Englet, comes home, another big curveball. This time it stays high again. Nope, call it a strike. Big late call from the home plate umpire, and he started so well. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ready again. Next pitch, that one misses inside. 2 balls and a strike, the count here on Chase Oxborough. Chase had 4 hits in the first in the doubleheader, and of course he doubled in the first inning, so he has 5 hits in 8 official at-bats here against the Diamondbacks here on the year, as that pitch again, that big overhand curve ball misses and runs the count to 3-1. Paulson, the right fielder, playing very deep. So is the center fielder, Packard. Time called, as I believe Oxborough was tired of waiting and asked for and got timeout. And now climbs back into the box. And here comes the 3-1 pitch on the way from Call. That's pulled on a hop. Whoa, bad hop over first base. That eats up the first baseman, Humphreys. They recover and get the out anyway.
Nice recovery on the second baseman for the out.
Oxborough is out 3-4-3 for the 3rd out, but not before the Indians played 8 runs in the first inning on a total of 5 hits. There was 3 walks couple of errors, and they leave one on base as well. As we are finally done with the first inning, as we'll go to the second, it's the Indians 8 and Century nothing.
KACH.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we've been in business since 1948. And while many of the faces may have changed, there's one thing that still stays the same: our personalized customer service. Our customers will always come first, whatever your needs. At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we have many different insurance options and can find the right option for you and your needs. Call us today to find out more. 208-852-2500. 208-852-2500, or drop by the office, 85 South State Street in Preston.
KACH.
Blake Phelan will lead it off here for the Diamondbacks as we go to the top of inning number 2 after Austin Glead was able to set the side down in order in the top of the first inning. Excuse me. So here is Phelan. Big right-hander, bunts on the first pitch. Glead has it. He'll throw to first in time for the out. So 1-3 on the put out as Phelan grounds out, bunts back to the box. And now here is the second baseman, now make it pitcher, Jake Call.
The pitcher, Jake Call.
So here's Call as Glead rocks, comes home, and the first pitch swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. So Glead retires the first 4 men that he faces in the inning, and you can now officially close the book on Valapando. In his 2/3 innings of work, 6 hits, 8 runs, just 5 earned, walked 3 and struck out 1 as the next pitch is low, goes to the backstop, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Today's game brought to you by Preston Dental Care. When you have those times when you need a professional to take care of your teeth, that's when you need to call Dr. Iverson at Preston Dental Care, 852-3700, or see them in their office at 135 South State. The 1-1 pitch is high, ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. So for the Indians, who beat Pocatello one time this year and had a good game against them at Hallowell, kind of chomping at the bit to face them again tomorrow. And they get off to a good start here today after having about a week off, getting 8 in the first inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Glead. Breaking ball is on the corner, strike 3 called. So he gets his second strikeout today, does Glead. He's retired 5 in a row now. Now here's the left fielder, Derek Malcolm.
Malcolm the batter.
So Malcolm comes up for his first at-bat. He did not appear in either game of the doubleheader. As the first ball swinging, hits the ball to center, but Wynn comes over into the gap. He's there, and Glead retires the first 6 in a row. As Diamondbacks go out 1-2-3 for the second inning in a row, and we'll go to the bottom of the second after an inning and a half. It's Preston 8, Century nothing.
KACH.
The savings continue this month at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Save $24 on 8 Autolite XP spark plugs after mail-in rebate. You can save 25% when you mix or match 2 or more select Valvoline products. And make your car shine this spring when you buy one, get one 50% off on select appearance products. Stop by and save today at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, 17 South State Street. Prices are good through May 25th. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, 17 South State Street in downtown Preston.
Having your prescriptions refilled has never been easier. You can refill 24/7, set reminders, save medications, and access your account from the new My Community Pharmacy mobile app offered by Preston Drug. It's simple to use and it's simple to get. Log on to PrestonDrug.com and enter your mobile number. We'll send you the app. It's as simple as that. There are some things in life that have been made easier through technology. This is one of them. The app offered by Preston Drug is a quick and easy way to refill medications and promote a healthy lifestyle. Visit PrestonDrug.com.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, normally when you post a snowman, like when John Slaughter's playing golf, you're not doing well. But for the Indians, with an 8-run first inning, and their snowman is nothing but positives. They lead 8-0 as we go to the bottom of inning number 2, as it'll be Damon Wynn, Carson Chug, and Austin Glead to lead off for the Indians here in the second. So Call finishing up his warm-up tosses as the Diamondbacks a little bit late getting onto the field.
Will start things
as
off
here's
the
Damon
Indians,
Wynn.
followed by Chug and Glead.
Wynn, a strikeout victim, his first time up. As he'll lead off here in the bottom of the second inning. Some interesting things in baseball history happened on this day over the years. As Call ready comes home, and the first pitch, there's that big overhand breaking pitch. And again, that slow breaking jug just stays high, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. On this date, back in 1937, as the pitch is outside again, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Brooklyn Dodger and New York Giant fans in both the Polo Grounds and Ebbets Field that day, watching games, as the pitch down low again, ball 3, 3-0, marveled at the sight of the Hindenburg that flew over the ballpark, making its maiden voyage flying into New York, as it could be seen from both the Polo Grounds and Ebbets Field as the pitch popped up, third base side, doubtful, and it's going to fall out of play. So it goes to 3 balls and a strike. And of course, a few hours later, the majestic German Zeppelin, the Hindenburg, exploded on a landing strip in New Jersey, killing 36 of its passengers. That happened on this date in 1937. Of course, when we bring that up, because we've all seen that video of the Hindenburg coming down, as the 3-1 pitch is outside, ball 4, and Wynn walks. Leadoff man on for the second inning in a row with a free pass, and now here's Carson Chug. But it just makes you remember, how fleeting life really is, and how time flies. Absolutely. So here's Chug, reached on an error, drove in a run in the first inning, shows bunt, pulls the bat back, the runner bluffs at a run, and then the catcher, Phelan, doesn't throw to either base, first or second, as Wynn stopped about a third of the way to second base and came back and had a free walk back to the bag. As they step off and bluff over to first base, and Wynn hops back on the bag again. You know whose birthday it is today? Talking about the Giants. As again they step off, and again Call throws over to first base. Born on this date in 1931, the famous Giant center fielder, the Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays, celebrates a birthday today. As the next pitch, that is low. 1 ball and a strike to count here on Chug. So happy birthday to the Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays. As that pitch again misses, and it's now 2 balls and a strike. So Mays celebrating a birthday today. Next pitch, that is on the corner for a called strike, and it's 2-2. On this date in 1972, and we could probably challenge this if we played a 9-inning game, the fastest game in Major League history was played on this day in 1972 as the next pitch misses high, runs the count full here against Chug, 3-2. With an 8-0 lead to see if they're going to start win with a 3-2 pitch here coming here. As call ready. Runner does not go, and the pitch swung on and missed. He goes now with a late run, and he'd throw. He is out at second base. So it's a strikeout, throw out, double play as Wynn is caught stealing 2-6 for the second out. And with 2 outs and the bases empty, here's Austin Glead. So it was on this date in 1972 when Angels pitcher Andy Messersmith hit the Milwaukee Brewers at Anaheim Stadium in a game that took just 1 hour and 31 minutes to play, a full 9-inning Major League game. So we'd have a hard time getting this game in a minute, or in an hour and 31, to be quite honest with you, the way we're going. As the breaking pitch is up high, ball 1 ball with no strikes. But Messersmith 2-hit the Brewers at Anaheim Stadium, and it was the fastest game then in franchise history and now also in Major League history as well. The 1-0. Hit in the air off the first base side. That'll go foul, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Of course, years after that, late 70s, early 80s, the San Diego Padres had a pitcher who was known for working quickly and throwing nothing but strikes by the name of Randy Jones. And it became fairly commonplace that you weren't going to be in the ballpark more than 2 hours as that ball's hit in the air toward right center field, coming over the center fielder Packard, who dives and makes the catch.
Center fielder for out number 3.
What a play by the center fielder Packard as Glead is out on the diving, sliding catch by the center fielder. No runs, no hits, a walk, and nobody left. As we're done with 2, we'll head off to the third here from Tony Hansen Field after 2 complete. It's Preston 8 and Century nothing.
KACH.
Ralph's Construction has been building quality homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston for years. Now they're breaking ground on Phase 3 and will have homes available again soon. However, now is the time to be planning exactly in the Phase 3 lots where you want to be and eventually call home. For more information, call 435-232-1837. Ralph's Construction can have a home ready for you before you know it. Remember, they have floor plans available, or they can build to suit a floor plan that you may desire. Ralph's Construction. Call today, 435-232-1837.
We all have had a time in our lives where having insurance has been of great comfort and has helped to not make a bad situation worse. That is what we at Naylor Insurance take pride in, being that friend there to help you when you need it most. At Naylor Insurance, we will work hand in hand to find an affordable insurance plan that works for you. We are proud to represent a number of carriers to fit your commercial insurance needs, including a wide variety of options through Liberty Mutual Insurance. Call us at 852-0810. Naylor Insurance, 153 North State in Preston.
Find out the latest on livestock trends and ag information with Rick Haynes. It's Haynes at the Range, Saturday mornings at 10 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Go to work here in the top of the third as pitch hit foul. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike here on Jackson Humphreys. It'd be the bottom third of the order for Century coming up. Humphreys followed by Dax Paulson and then Cameron Packard here in the top of the third. Next pitch popped up, foul, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Austin Glead making his 4th start. His 3rd here at Tony Hansen Field has been perfect thus far, retiring the first 6 men that he's faced. And the 1-2. Breaking ball stays high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jackson Humphreys. The big first baseman spells his name Jaxton. 2-2. Again, hit foul back to the screen. Hitting from the left side does Jackson. Century was wearing their gray pants today, and their kind of road uniforms are designed to look like they're wearing a vest-type shirt or jersey. As the 2-2 pitch again, breaking ball, misses outside and runs the count full. The body of the jersey is black with purple epaulets and sleeves. Gold numbers and gold diamondbacks scrolled across the chest. Here's the 3-2. Misses outside, ball 4. That's the first base runner here for the Diamondbacks as Humphreys draws a leadoff walk here in the top of the 3rd inning. So here's Dax Paulson, the right fielder. Paulson will hit from the right side as Glead will go back to work here. As he'll work out of the stretch, Preston infield sets themselves in double play depth, and the first pitch is hit foul off the first base side, and it's 0-1. We were talking about some of the things that happened on this date in baseball history. It was on this date in 1984 that Cal Ripken became just the second Orioles player to ever hit for the cycle in a game. The first one who did that was way back in 1960 as the pitch is outside. The throw is not in time. Wow. As Big Jackson Humphreys gets in with a dive at second base with a stolen base. So 1 ball, 1 strike. The count here on Paulson. And runner at second base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Anyway, so the first ever cycle in the history of the Baltimore franchise happened in 1960 as that ball's bunted foul, and it's 1-2. The first guy to pull off that trick was the 3rd baseman Brooks Robinson, the only other at the time Oriole to hit for a cycle after Cal Ripken did it on this date in 1984. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Look out, that hits him in the noggin. The pitch was up and in. Paulson gets plunked in the head. He'll head down to first base. Just kept bearing in and in and in, and he ducked, but it still hit him in the helmet. So 2 on, nobody out. And now the number 9 hitter in the lineup, Cameron Packard, the center fielder who had the outstanding running, diving catch over into the gap in right center field to end the last inning, now comes up. 2 men on. The Century, however, still does not have a hit in the game. As Packard shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and it pitches high, ball 1, 1 ball with no strikes.
Dude, I didn't even tell you, like, I drove by there.
So 1 ball with no strikes.
Oh, I was about that fender, and I was
and the next pitch home. Look out, up and in again, and this one goes to the backstop, and both runners will move up 90 feet. So Glead, who had such pinpoint control for the first 6 men that he saw, now walks a man, hits a batter, and then 2 pitches almost hit Packard as well. And here comes Devin Englet out to the mound to talk to his pitcher Glead, try to settle him down a little bit. Today's game brought to you by Stokes Market True Value. For produce to hand tools, fresh meat to smokers, plus fresh bakery and deli items, and now making fresh sushi daily as well. Stokes Market True Value, 217 South State Street in Preston. And let me personally recommend the delicatessen and the salad bar for lunches. We've kind of got into the habit of going over there and having lunch every day, as it's a welcome change from some of the other fast food options around town to have the self-service salad bar there at Stokes. Good stuff. So the count now 3-0 here on Packard With runners at second and third, he shows bunt and takes the fastball over for a strike, and it's 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Nobody out. Top of the third. Preston leading 8-0. And here's the 3-1 pitch. Bunted foul. Back to the screen. It's 3-2. On this date in 1998, then Chicago Cubs pitcher Kerry Wood tied a major league record when he struck out 20 batters in a 9-inning game, limiting the Astros to just one hit in a 2-0 win at Wrigley Field. Here's the next pitch. That's bunted out in front of the plate. Out to get it quickly is Madsen. He'll throw to first in time for the out. As Packard grounds out, 2-3 on the putout. No advancement by either runner as Humphreys not coming home from third base. Now we'll go back to the top of the order, and Elias Blackhawk will come back up, who grounded out to short his first time up. So the hard-throwing right-hander Wood etched his name in big league history, striking out 20. It's been done several times before and several times since, as the breaking pitch misses down low to Blackhawk, 1 ball and no strikes. When Kerry Wood did it back in 1998, he joined the likes of Steve Carlton, David Cohn, and Tom Seaver, who had done it before, and among others who have done it since, the big unit, the left-hander Randy Johnson. The 1-0. It's hit toward the gap in left center field. That, too, is going to get down. By the time Wynn can chase it down, it rolls all the way to the wall in the deepest part of left center field. That'll get 2 home, as it's a 2-run double for Blackhawk.
Double for Blackhawk.
So not only the first runs of the game, but the first hit of the game for the Diamondbacks, as Blackhawk doubles home 2. So it makes it 8-2 now. And that'll bring up Gavin Flynn, who is now playing at second base after the pitching change in the first inning today for the Diamondbacks. So here's Flynn, flew out to left his first time, 0 for 1. As Glead ready, comes home, he shows bunt, gets the bunt down, it's pretty good. Glead down to get it, slides, and by the time he picks it up, A, there's no play, and B, there's nobody there anyway. So nobody covered first base as Oxborough came in to chase the bunt, and the second baseman, Englet, broke to the bag to cover second.
Flynn reaches on the bunt on a single.
So
single.
Flynn with an infield hit on the bunt single. Obviously somebody for the Indians missed the defensive signs. And so back to 2 on and 1 out again as Blackhawk moves up to third on the bunt. And now here is Kaj Valapando, who's now playing third base after the pitching change. Remember, he started on the mound and gave up 8 runs on 6 hits in 2/3 of an inning to start the game. And the pitch misses outside, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes.
Kaj Valapando batting, followed by Phelan.
So 1 ball and no strikes to count here on Valapando. Lead ready again, and that pitch in the dirt. There goes the runner for second base, and he'll make it without a play. So Flynn steals second. Runners at second and third, still only 1 out in the inning. And for the Indians, against the team that is winless on the year, the last thing you want to do is try to give them a little bit of life. The 2-0 popped up. That'll make the seats, and it's 2-1. And I don't want to say anything bad about the Century team, but just as a matter of strategy, you wanted to come out and make a statement in the first inning, which the Indians did, plating 8 runs. But the last thing you want to do now is let them back into the game as the pitch swung on and missed. So it goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Valapando. 2-2. Glead ready again. Roxon comes home with the next pitch. And that's hit in the air again down the right field line. That's going to fall out of play as Englet and Chug both give chase, but neither can get to it. And the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count. 1 out, couple of runs home here in the inning. Back-to-back hits for the Diamondbacks, their first 2 hits of the game, as that ball is hit foul off the catcher, and it stays again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was on this date in 2011 that the Kansas City Royals brought up their highly touted rookie first baseman by the name of Eric Hosmer, who's now a member of the San Diego Padres, to make his major league debut. As the next pitch swung on and missed. Big off-speed curveball, and Valapando strikes out as he strikes out for the second time today. 3rd strikeout for Glead, now with 2 outs. That'll bring up Blake Phelan, who grounded out his first time up. So they brought up Eric Hosmer, and he was a great player for the Royals while he was there, helped lead them to a World Series. Well, they brought him up to make his major league debut on this date in 2011. As the first pitch to Phelan's over for a strike. And usually you'll get some walk-up business for a game as the next pitch on the corner again, and it's 0-2. But that day, the Royals sold over 10,000 tickets to walk-up customers at the game that day who wanted to come and see Eric Hosmer make his major league debut. As the pitch is low, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hosmer went hitless in 2 official at-bats, and Kansas City lost to the Oakland A's that day by a score of 3-2. As the next pitch is swung on and missed, and the inning is over. Glead strikes out 2, but he also gives up a couple of runs on 2 hits. Plus, there was a walk and a hit batter in the inning as well, and they leave 2 men on base as well. So we're done with 2.5. We'll go to the bottom of inning number 3 as the Indians lead by the score of 8-2.
KACA.
Used vehicles retain their value longer than new vehicles do. That's a fact. So when you're shopping for a vehicle, don't forget to look at the pre-owned vehicles you'll find at Motor Jungle in Preston. When you see a vehicle on sale at Motor Jungle, you know that Motor Jungle's top-notch mechanics have gone through it with a fine-tooth comb. You'll know it's as mechanically sound as it can be. So stop by and find your next vehicle at Motor Jungle at the north end of State Street.
The difference between great taste and tastes great. Here's an example. When you shop at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, it shows that you have great taste. The items that you get at Stokes Market taste great. Whether it's from their fresh produce department, the meat department, the deli, or the dairy, you'll find it tastes great when you show your great taste. As you shop, enjoy, save at Stokes Market in Preston.
The latest information from around the country and around the world. News headlines from ABC News at the top of each hour on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
8-2 as we go to the bottom of the third. This half inning of Preston Indians baseball brought to you by Ralph's Construction, building new homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Call them now for options and a lot and design options for a home that could be built for you at 435-232-1837. Ralph's Construction. So the bottom third of the order here for the Indians as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Burbank, Gregory, and Thorson due up, who all had hits and all scored runs back in the first inning, their first times up. First pitch to Burbank, swings at that big overhand curveball and pops it up foul as the catcher able to corral that and make the catch as Phelan chases it down near the backstop screen. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Everybody should know by now, as it's been just about every hitter that he has faced, he starts them out with that big, slow overhand curveball, and rarely does he throw it for a strike. As he comes home to Gregory, there's that curveball again, and it's up high, 1 ball and no strikes. So until you can see that he can throw that pitch for strikes consistently, you should come up be not looking to swing your first pitch. The next pitch, there's that curveball again. In fact, he doesn't throw hard, does Call, as the pitch hit foul, and it's 1-1 strike. Gregory doubled home a run and scored back in the first inning, one for one today. Time called, as Gregory asks for and gets timeout from the home plate umpire. You know, they talk about things that don't happen very often in baseball. Guys hitting for 3 or more home runs in a game. No hitters. Perfect games as that ball jacked along the left field line, but it's going to be well foul and out of play. So 1 strikes on Gregory. Well, it was on this date in 2011 that Jordan Zimmerman did something that is probably among the rarest of things to be done on a baseball diamond. As the next pitch, that's ripped to center, but it's right at Packard. He has taken one step and almost right dead in his tracks, able to catch that. So 2 outs, and now here is Emery Thorson. It was on this date in 2011 that Jordan Zimmerman became just the 30th member of the National League to throw an immaculate inning. In other words, he only threw 9 pitches, he threw 9 strikes, and struck out the side. It's only been done at that point 30 times, and I tell you what, it hasn't been done very many times since. As Thorson reaches out a little poke job into left field, and it's going to fall in front of the left fielder, Malcolm, and Thorson will reach with his second hit of the game. So Thorson singles, and we go back to the top of the order now with a runner at first and 2 outs. And Ashton Madsen will come up. Madsen still looking for an official at-bat in the game here this afternoon, as he has walked twice and scored twice. Thorson away from first, not running, and the pitch is rolled foul, and it's 0-1. The Washington pitcher, Zimmerman, was able to strike out the 5, 6, and 7 hitters that day at Sun Life Ballpark. As the 0-1 pitch misses outside. 1 strike. Among those he struck out was the power-hitting outfielder Giancarlo Stanton for the Yankees. Actually, Stanton was still playing for the Marlins at that point, my bad. As the next pitch to Madsen misses inside, ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. And there's a very funny story that we'll tell you in the next half inning, because we'll need that probably about the whole half inning to tell you. As again, that big overhand curveball misses well outside, and it's now 3 balls and 1 strike on Madsen. I don't want to tip the story off, but all you have to know to understand the hilarity of this story, as that pitch bounces up there, it's ball 4. Thorson takes off on the run to second base, but it doesn't matter. It's ball 4. And Ashton Madsen walks for the 3rd time in the game here already. And runners at first and second. Here's Devin Englet, who's walked and doubled home 3 runs his last time up. All I have to tell you is that the crown prince and funny man of baseball, Bob Uecker, was involved in this story. We'll tell you that coming up in the next half inning, because with 2 outs, there's not enough time to do it here. As the first pitch hit in the air to center. Going back on the ball is Packard out near the track, and he drops the ball. Thorson scores. Madsen scores. As that'll be an error against the center fielder, as he should have had it. It was in his glove, and allows 2 runs to come in. So Englet doubles, or check that comes, hits the air that's charged against the center fielder Packard. Madsen and Thorson both score to make it 10-2. And now here's Chase Oxborough. First pitch to Chase, breaking pitch, and that's exactly what he does. He chases it down in the dirt and it's no balls and 1 strike. So Oxborough, who doubled home and run in the first inning, then last time up hit a hard ground ball to the first baseman, Humphreys. It bounced off of him to the second baseman, Flynn, who then threw back to first to complete the 3-4-3 ground out. The 0-1. Ground ball to the right side. Flynn watches that one all the way into his glove. He'll throw to first in time for the out, and the inning is over. But Preston still gets 2 runs in the inning on 1 hit. There was an error on the center fielder, their 3rd error of the game for Century today, and Preston also leaves 1 man on base. We're done with 3. We'll move along to the 4th. Preston 10, Century 2.
KACA.
When you're on the hunt for your next vehicle, you would be wise to hunt the lot at West Motor Ford in Preston. If you don't find the new or pre-owned vehicle that you're looking for, they will help you search the country high and low for the exact vehicle for you. At West Motor Ford in Preston, they also buy good used vehicles. You need cash now? Bring a good used vehicle to West Motor Ford and they'll write you a check. West Motor Ford in Preston.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Why just get a job when you can start an exciting career in healthcare? Franklin County Medical Center is now hiring. We are looking for talented people to join our team with multiple positions available across several departments. Day or night shifts, full or part-time. There's something for everyone. Make a difference in our community. Start a career at Franklin County Medical Center. We have competitive pay, referral bonuses, benefits including education assistance to help you advance your education and expand your career options. Find out more about what is available and apply at fcmc.org/careers.
So as we move along to the 4th inning, Kenny Englet's going to make a couple of changes as he brings in a new pitcher here. As the pitcher will be Trevor Gregory, who will come in and pick up for Austin Glead, who went 3 innings today. Gave up 2 runs, both earned on 2 hits, a walk, 4 strikeouts, and he hit a batter. As the pitcher, Austin Glead, goes into play shortstop. Seth Burbank moves over to play third with Gregory taking the mound. So Gregory will go to work and he'll face Jake Call, Derek Malcolm, and then Jackson Humphreys here in the top of the 4th inning. 10-2, Preston on top. And Gregory, the big right-hander, comes home, and the first pitch hit along the right field line. That's going to be in front of the right fielder, Chug, who has to play it on a hop. 1 pitch and a leadoff man on for Jake Call as he singles to right field. Just Century's 3rd hit of the day. And now here is Derek Malcolm.
Humphries and Polson.
Malcolm flew out to center his first time up. As Trevor, standing up on the bump, working from the extreme first base side of the rubber, comes home, and the bunt is, with the runner going, is popped up into the screen. All right, let's tell the story. It was on this day in 2015, longtime Milwaukee Brewer broadcaster Bob Euchre, along with his fellow broadcasters Joe Block and Jeff Levering, and Jeff's a friend of mine, so I'm going to have to ask him about this, along with their longtime engineer, Kent Summerfield, and his assistant. Well, something happened to the door of the broadcast booth that they were in, as the lock apparently had broke, and the 5 of them were locked in their broadcast booth for much of the afternoon and into the game before they were finally able to get a hold of somebody to come and open the door. As, again, the pitch home is bunted up along the first base line. That'll go foul, and it's now 0-2. Well, once they finally got a hold of someone, they dispatched a maintenance crew, and using a ladder, they were able to position in the loge level of seats there at Miller Park in Milwaukee, and then go up and climb through the window of the broadcast booth 1 level above. Now, remind you, the game is going on at this time, and everyone in the ballpark is there to be able to watch it. As the pitch is high, the runner goes. The throw is on the wrong side of the bag and not in time. So Call steals second base.
Call with the stolen base.
And the pitch outside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Derek Malcolm. So once the maintenance workers able to get inside the booth, they tried to open the door several different ways, and they were unable to open the door either. To make it more interesting at this point, as the pitch is down low, ball 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Malcolm. The game crew for the Brewers decided it would be interesting to focus a camera on the broadcast booth and then put it up on the big screen in the stadium to watch the maintenance workers try to rescue Bucher and the rest of his colleagues inside the booth. As the pitch is down low, the runner breaks for third, and he'll make it there after the ball got away from Ashton Madsen.
Call with another stolen base.
So Call will go to second base, and now the count is full, 3-2. That'll be a wild pitch against Gregory as the pitch bounced up there. So 3-2, nobody out. Malcolm at the plate, and the 3-2 pitch is on the corner. Strike 3 called. Wow. So Malcolm down on strikes, looking for a strikeout for Gregory. 5th Century Diamondback to go down on strikes. And now here is Jackson Humphreys. So with everybody watching on the big screen there at Miller Park in the game against the Brewers and the Dodgers, the maintenance crew, well, they couldn't get the door open either. As a pitch for a called strike on the outside corner. So finally, having no other recourse, they decided they were going to remove the door from the hinges, all while in the middle of the game. As the pitch is low, they throw back to third, and he is out. Madsen throws back behind Call and picks him off. 2-5 for the second out of the inning. So then they were finally able to get out. Not only were people watching in the ballpark, but they were listening the whole time on the radio as Bucher proclaimed that he was certainly ready to go home for the day. As the next pitch misses again here to Humphreys. 2 balls and a strike, I do believe, is the count. As here's the pitch home again from Gregory. And that's on the corner for a strike. It's 2-1. Bucher said later after the game when he was interviewed by the media, he didn't know what to expect. All he knew was he saw ladders and people climbing up in through the window. As the pitch is hit foul. And he goes now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boy, just some of the wacky things that happen in baseball stadiums. But my question is, how or why is Bob Bucher involved in them so many times? As the next pitch hitting the air to left, Thorson's got to go back a few steps, but he's there. He's there, makes the catch for the out, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left as Call led off the inning with a single and then was picked off over at third base. So we'll go to the middle of the 4th after 3.5. It's still Preston 10 and Century nothing. Check that, Century 2, my bad.
KACA.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Well, we had no winner on Friday in the KCH Money Magnet Contest, sponsored by Franklin County Medical Center and Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. So we throw another $5 into the jackpot, and your next chance to win comes up Monday morning following the 7:30 news. I'll give out the 4-digit lucky number. Hopefully it'll match the number that you have, and you could win $205 in the jackpot on Monday. Be listening. It's the KCH Money Magnet Contest on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
KACH. KACH.
He'll be followed by Carson Chug and Austin Glead.
So we go to the bottom of the fourth. 10-2, Preston leads. And it'll be the middle third of the order here for the Indians. Damon Wynn, Carson Chug, and then Austin Glead due up. Normally about this time we would take a look at Major League scores, but between you and I, there are no scores to talk about today. Oh, there's plenty of games, but no scores. As the first pitch to Wynn popped up, there's the shortstop Blackhawk. Makes the catch, one pitch, one out here in the bottom of the fourth.
The shortstop.
So that'll bring up Chug with one out. Chug reached on an error and struck out. He's 0 for 2 in the game. They're finally just getting started now in Boston. That's the battle of the Sox, white versus red, as they're in the first inning. No score in that game, as a breaking pitch to Chug is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. There was 6 other games scheduled for today. All of them were rained out, including several day games around the big leagues. As that pitch, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Guess we're just left to guess at what the umpire's calling sometimes. As call ready again, comes home with the next pitch, squirted foul up along the first base side, and it's 0-1. The games that have been postponed today, a day game at Wrigley Field between the Cubs and the Dodgers. The Pirates were supposed to be playing in Cincinnati earlier today. That game was postponed, as was the Royals in Baltimore to take on the Baltimore Orioles today. That game also washed away. Next pitch home to Chug. A big one-hopper gets past the third baseman as Carson will turn and head to second base, and he'll be in there with a double.
Chug reaches on a double.
So Chug with his first hit of the game. Hit number 8 on the day for the Indians. And with 1 out and 1 on, here comes Austin Glead, who moved over, is now playing shortstop here for the Indians. Singled and flew out to center. The game between the Mets in Philadelphia to take on the Phillies was rained out, as was Texas in New York to play the Yankees this evening. That game was rained out as well. As the first pitch here to Glead, breaking ball misses. And the last of the 6 rainouts today was the Toronto Blue Jays at the Cleveland Guardians. First of all, just the weather on the East Coast just has to be absolutely horrible, as that pitch, breaking ball, misses outside, ball 2, 2-0, as that's a fairly wide path of games that have been rained out along the lower Great Lakes region and then down the eastern seaboard. As that pitch over for a strike, it's 2-1. But I can't remember a day where there was that many rainouts in one day. I mean, 6 is crazy. And it can still grow higher than that because there's a number of games that are night games that are still yet to be posted. As the pitch to Glead is again hit foul, it's 2-2. I mean, there's still, a dozen more games left on the schedule? At least most of those are on the West Coast, where the weather is actually pretty good today. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Glead. Calls next pitch, swung on and missed as he chased one in the dirt. They'll have to retire him at first base as the pitch was in the dirt. So Glead strikes out, 2-3 on the putout. That's the second out of the inning. And now here is Seth Burbank, who singled, scored a run, and drove in a run back in the first, and then fouled out his last time up. So Burbank, who started the game at shortstop, now playing third base, swings and misses at the first pitch, and it's 0-1. Outfield straight away against Seth. 2 outs, bottom of the fourth. 10-2 Preston on top, and that ball again popped up in the middle of the infield. It's Blackhawk going out, able to put the squeeze on it, and the inning comes to an end. No runs for the Indians, a double, but they leave Chug standing at second base in the inning with 1 man left. We're done with 4 as we head to inning number 5 here this afternoon from Tony Hansen Field. It's the Indians 10 and the Century Diamondbacks 2.
KACA.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Start your Sunday mornings with inspirational music, thoughts, and stories. It's the Sounds of Sunday. Sunday mornings, 6 a.m. to noon on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
So here's the first pitch to the leadoff man here for the Diamondbacks here in the top of the 5th inning. Dax Paulson hits the ball foul, and it's 0-1. Got a question. Somebody asking what happens to the folks who have tickets for all those major league games that are rained out. As a breaking pitch over Paulson's head, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Standard baseball policy, and it's printed on each ticket. There is a rainout policy that's people who hold tickets, whether they were purchased or part of some type of a season ticket package. The standard rainout policy is they get an even exchange for the ticket to be used for another day. As the pitch to Paulson again over for a strike, and it's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. In fact, when you buy a major league ticket, it's printed on the back of the ticket, so there's no discussion about it. As that next pitch is hit on a line out to the center fielder as Wynn comes over and makes the catch for the first out here in the 5th. Today's game brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center, providing you the best care in all of the Cache Valley. Franklin County Medical Center, 44 North 1st East in Preston. As the kids are out here with their little scooters just below us, you can hear their wheels on the asphalt. Then here's Cameron Packard, the center fielder, as he hits one toward the gap in left center field. That's going to be in for a hit. Thorson able to cut that off. They'll get it back in a hurry. And down by 8 runs, Packard stays at first base with a single.
Blackhawk the batter, followed by
So that's the 4th hit today now for Century. And we go back to the top of the order, and Elias Blackhawk will come up, who's grounded out, doubled his last time up to drive in Century's only 2 runs here this afternoon. Preston sets themselves in double play depth in the infield. They'll look for a ground ball out of Blackhawk to see if they can turn the double play as they go to first base. And back to the bag over there is Packard. Graduation's coming up the 25th and 26th for Westside and for Preston. And the pitch is up high. The runner goes, and he'll steal it as the Englet coming over to cover the bag couldn't catch the ball cleanly. So Packard able to steal second base.
Packard successful on the
So
steal.
with graduations coming up here in the next couple of weeks, KACH is offering you an opportunity to send a congratulatory shout out to your child, relative, or just friends, whatever the case may be. If you're interested, you can call the radio station as the pitch is inside from the first pitch here to, or sorry, I should say the second pitch to a Blackhawk. It's 2 balls and no strikes. If you're interested to find out more about how you can send one of those graduation shout outs to somebody you know at Preston and Westside, call the radio station at 852-1340 to find out more. There is a small charge, and they'll run as many as 15 times the week of graduation, as you can send your congratulatory shout outs to anybody you know or just to the folks at Preston and Westside in general. As the 3-0 pitch is high, ball 4, as Blackhawk walks on 4 pitches. Graduations Westside will be on the 25th of May. Preston's the 26th. And if you can't be there, we will again have video coverage of both the graduation ceremonies on our website at mylocalradio.com. So here's Gavin Flynn. 2 on, 1 out here in the inning, and the first pitch to Flynn over for a strike. Flynn singled, stole a base, and he's also flown out to left. Gregory, the second pitcher today, used by Kenny Englet, as the next pitch shows bunts through it. And now it's no balls and 2 strikes here on Flynn. Gregory ready again. Now the 0-2. Breaking pitch. Hit on the ground into right field. Base hit. Here comes Packard around third. Blackhawk keeps running to third. And it's an RBI single for Gavin Flynn, and it's 10-3. So Packard scores. Blackhawk ends up over at third base, and there's runners at the corners. Still only 1 out of the inning, and now here is Kaj Valapando. Today's game brought to you by Motor Jungle at 597 North State Street in Preston, quickly becoming your choice for used car purchases in the Preston area. Go swing by there, check out their selection of used cars. Remember, it's Motor Jungle, 597 North State Street, just as you're headed out of town. As there goes the runner, the throw through is in time to get the runner there. That's the second out. Nice throw by Ashton Madsen as he looked Blackhawk back to the bag at third, and then threw out Flynn, 2-6 on the caught stealing for the second out. So 2 outs and a runner at third. And Valapando still at the plate. And the pitch home to him. Hit in the air, right center field, but there comes Wynn, but he can't get there. It falls in front of him, and it'll get the run home. Wynn came up in a hurry, but was not able to get there in time. It's a flare single for Valapando to drive in the run. As Blackhawk comes home, that's the second run of the inning, and now it's 10-4. So 3 hits in the inning, produce a pair of runs, and the catcher, Blake Phelan, at the plate, grounded out and struck out. 0 for 2 on the day, and Gregory will work out of the stretch. Valapando over at first. He's running on the first pitch, and it's popped up foul, and he'll have to come back. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest helps bring you today's game as well. Remember, whatever you need for your car to keep it running in tip-top form, stop by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. 17 South State Street in Preston. Stop where you'll be treated like a friend. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Umpire needs some baseballs here, as apparently he didn't know about the little return tube, as Ashton Madsen comes back and, like a kid finding Easter eggs, runs back with 3 or 4 of them in his glove and hands them back to the home plate umpire.
Those fans that are retrieving the balls that go out of play.
So 0-1 the count on Phelan. And the 0-1 pitch takes a strike, and it's 0-2. 2 runs on 3 hits here in the inning, as they've dipped into the Preston lead again. It's back down to 6 runs at 10-4 as the pitch is outside. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outfield straightaway here against the Century catcher, and the next pitch swung on and missed. As Phelan strikes out for the second time today, he is 0 for 3 in the game. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and the Diamondbacks leave 1 on base as well, as we now head off to the bottom of the 5th inning here this afternoon after 4.5. It's 10-4, Preston on top.
KACH.
Rounds & Associates Insurance Service is an independent insurance agency with Allstate, Travelers, Auto Owners, Safeco, Progressive, and Nationwide, just to name a few. Stop by the office for your competitive quote today. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call 208-852-2500. Rounds & Associates Insurance, supporting both the Westside Pirates and the Preston Indians on to victory. You've got this. Don't weaken. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call today, 208-852-2500. We all have those times when we need to see someone due to oral pain or discomfort. That is when you need to see Dr. Iverson at Preston Dental Care. When it comes to the health of your teeth, we should always strive for perfection and settle for excellence. Dr. Iverson at Preston Dental Care is the comfortable and professional general dentist that we all need from time to time. Contact Preston Dental Care today and make an appointment. Call 852-3700. That's 852-3700. Take the first step to healthier teeth and gums. Call Preston Dental Care, 208-852-3700.
KACH.
Today's game brought to you by Naylor Insurance. Whenever you need help with your insurance, consider Naylor Insurance. They have everything from home, health, life, and auto, all available through Liberty Mutual Insurance. Naylor Insurance, 153 North State Street in Preston, or give them a call. Ask for Cheryl at 852-0810, 852-0810. Bottom of the 5th inning, 10-4, Preston on top, the 6-run lead. And here for the Indians in the bottom of the 5th, it'll be Trevor Gregory, Emery Thorson, then back up to the top of the order in Ashton Matson. So with 2 runs in the top of the inning, Century at least gives themselves a little bit of breathing room from being 10-run ruled here this afternoon, as that pitch is up high to Gregory. Ball 1 ball and no strikes. So a 6-run game is here in the 5th. The 10-run rule would now come into effect if Preston can score 4 runs here in the inning. That would end the game, as it would put them up by 10 runs here in the 5th inning or later, as the next pitch misses down low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Jake Call came into the game with 2 outs in the 1st inning, and he's still out there. He's done pretty well, as Preston has scored only 2 runs since the 1st inning here today, when they scored 8 times. As that pitch, breaking ball, again misses outside. Ball 3 balls and no strikes. So here comes the 3-0 pitch. And it's low, ball 4. Gregory walks on 4 pitches to open up here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Gregory reaches on a walk.
That's the 3rd walk for Call and the 6th Indian overall to reach bases on a free pass here today. So here is Emery Thorson with a pair of singles. He's also scored 2 runs in the game today. And the first pitch to Emery, driven toward left center field and hit pretty well, but there's Malcolm there, comes over into the gap to make the catch for the first out, as Gregory returned back to first base. And with 1 out, back to the top of the order now, and Ashton Matson comes up. Matson today, well, he's been doing a lot of work apparently for no reason. As far as the stat sheet goes, He has nothing to show for his day's work here today. As that pitch, they go to first base, and Gregory back to the bag. He's been up 3 times, and he's walked 3 times. So as far as the official stats go, well, he still does not have an official at-bat in the game. Here's the next pitch to Matson. That floats on the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Ten runs on 8 hits today for Preston. There's that big curveball again, and Matson turns it around with a little flare hit into the short right center field. Gregory will go as far as second base and stay there, and Matson finally has something to show for his efforts today as he has a little flare hit into right center field. So runners at first and second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, and now here is Devin Englet. Englet walked, driven in 3 runs with a double back in the first inning, and he's also reached on an error on a ball that was dropped by the center fielder back in the 3rd inning today. As the first pitch to Englet bounces away from the catcher, and both runners will move up 90 feet. As Gregory goes to 3rd, and Matson now goes to 2nd. Once again, pitch in the dirt that the catcher couldn't handle, so it'll be a wild pitch. 1 ball and no strikes here on Englet. Devin can deliver a hit. He can pick up those 2 runs, get them back as that ball's hit toward right center field. That's hit well. That's going out near the 365 mark, and it's going to go to the wall. Gregory scores. Matson scores. Englet going for 3rd, and he'll be in there with a triple. And now the ball gets away in the infield, and Englet comes home.
All bases that have been getting credit for a triple.
So it'll be a triple and an error to allow Englet to get in. 3 runs total come home for the Indians, and it's now 13-4. And with 1 out in the inning, it'll be Chase Oxborough who will now come up. So here's Chase, 1 hit. That was back in the first inning when he doubled home a run. He's grounded out a couple of times since then. So Oxborough at the plate. Preston with 3 runs home in the inning. It's now 13-4. First pitch to Chase, misses inside with a breaking ball. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Wouldn't it be apropos? Ball out over the plate that Oxborough turns on and hits it out, and it'd be a walk-off 10-run rule home run. I'm just saying. Here's the pitch home to Chase. That's ripped to center field. It's on a line, and it's going to be in for a hit. So Oxborough has his 2nd hit of the game as he'll head to first base.
That'll bring up Wynn, followed by Chug.
3 runs on 3 hits here in the inning, plus an error. By the way, that error by Century to allow the extra run to come in was their 4th error of the game. And now here is Damon Wynn, 0 for 2 officially, plus a walk here this afternoon. First pitch to Damon, breaking pitch is hit in the air, hit pretty well out toward the deepest part of left center field, and it's going to bounce up against the fence. Oxborough, they're going to send him to the plate. The throw cut off by Blackhawk. The throw is not in time as Wynn doubles home the run, and Preston able to win it by the final score of 14-4 as Oxborough able to slide around the tag at home plate as he scores from first base on the RBI double from Damon Wynn. 4 runs in the inning for the Indians on 4 hits. There was 1 error, and they leave 1 on base. So Preston wins it here this afternoon. Final score 14-4 as the Indians will pack up and now head to Pocatello tomorrow and get ready for their 2nd round game tomorrow afternoon against the Pocatello Thunder. We'll have details on that and other things that you'll need to know coming up on the postgame show, which is coming up right after this. Today's game has been brought to you by West Motors, your only stop for new or used cars in Preston and in Logan. Stokes Market True Value with the freshest meats and produce, and now preparing and selling sushi. Franklin County Medical Center with the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Preston Dental Care. When you have occasion when you need a professional to look at your teeth, call Dr. Iverson at Preston Dental Care. Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, an independent agency with many options for all of your insurance needs. Preston Auto Parts Car Quest. We have all the parts you need to keep your car running strong. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building new homes in the Blue Sage Park region of Preston. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto from Liberty Mutual. And by Motor Jungle. Looking for a quality used car? Stop by and see what Motor Jungle has to offer. Now, stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up.
It's a beautiful day for a ball game today. If you and I are out of dollars and cents, oh honey, we can always share a little hole in the fence. It's a beautiful day for the ladies, so throw all your dishes away. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today. At the ball game, a wonderful ball game today. Wow!
Well, we had no winner on Friday in the KCH Money Magnet Contest, sponsored by Franklin County Medical Center and Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. So we throw another $5 into the jackpot, and your next chance to win comes up Monday morning following the 7:30 news. I'll give out the 4-digit lucky number. Hopefully it'll match the number that you have, and you could win $205 in the jackpot on Monday. Be listening. It's the KCH Money Magnet Contest on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable.
Proud member of the Co-op. We save you money on advertising and enable you to reach more customers. We are KACH, Preston, Clarkston.
It's time for the Preston Indian postgame show. Coming up, we'll review the just completed game, name our player of the game, take a look at the scoreboard, and what's on tap for the Indians. It's all up next on the Preston Indian postgame show. Well, welcome back here to Tony Hansen Field as the Indians make quick work, relatively, out of the Century Diamondbacks today, winning by the final score of 14-4. As for the second meeting in a row against Century, Preston came out fast and hard in the first inning. Today scoring 8 runs on 6 hits to break open an 8-0 lead that Century could never recover from, with a final score here today, 14-4. Final totals for the Indians to win it, 14 runs on 12 hits, and they left a total of 4 men on base. For Century, 4 runs on 6 hits today. They also left 4 men on base here in the game. For the Indians, Number of guys with good hitting days. Chase Onksborough with a pair of hits. It was Emery Thorson with a pair of hits in the game. Also, Trevor Gregory with a big day at the plate. And Damon Wynn had the RBI double to finish the game, as Preston able to knock off Century for the third time in a row this year, winning on the 10-run rule, winning today by the final score of 14-4. Austin Glead, the starting and winning pitcher today for the Indians, in his fourth start, able to pick up the win, as it was Kaj Valapando who didn't get out of the first inning today, gave up 8 runs in the first inning and 2/3 of an inning, suffers the loss here this afternoon in a game that took 1 hour and 37 minutes. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, have a little more here on the postgame show right after this.
KACA. It's easy, fun, fast, and affordable. Do all of your grocery shopping online at Stokes Market. Simply log into stokesgrocery.com. Select the Shop Online tab and shop for your items. Then select the pickup time that is convenient for you. Pay online, and if you can't get out, then have someone else pick up your groceries for you. Do your grocery shopping online and still shop locally. It's part of the new normal, and it's fun. Do it now. Shop, enjoy, save at stokesgrocery.com.
Well, welcome back here to the postgame show, as it's time to name our player of the game here this afternoon, as the player of the game today for the Preston Indians will be Devin Englet, as Englet, who had a pair of hits, a double, a triple, and also drove in a total of 4 runs in the game. He also walked and reached on an error, so he was actually on base all 4 times that he was up in the game today. So he is our player of the game. Our player of the game brought to you by Ralph's Construction, building new homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. As they're breaking ground on Phase 3, now is the time to talk to them about design options or a lot that can be built for you. It's Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837. Indians now head to Pocatello tomorrow. We'll take our last time out. We'll come up and give you the details when we come back about tomorrow's game. And we'll do that as we continue right after this.
KACA.
Rounds & Associates Insurance Service is an independent insurance agency with Allstate, Travelers, Auto Owners, Safeco, Progressive, and Nationwide, just to name a few. Stop by the office for your competitive quote today. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call 208-852-2500. Rounds & Associates Insurance, supporting both the Westside Pirates and the Preston Indians on to victory. You've got this. Don't weaken. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call today, 208-852-2500.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
Franklin County Medical Center Sports Therapy and Rehabilitation Services is dedicated to helping you live your best life. We have trained professional staff to help you improve your athletic endurance and so much more. Whether you are recovering from injury or surgery or need some basic athletic training, we work hard to get you back to doing what you love most. Our speech pathologist can also assist with communication, language, or other speech issues. Learn more about our services at fcmc.org.
KACH.
Well, on tap for the Indians, a trip and a rematch against the Pocatello Thunder coming up, as the 3 games this year between Preston and Pocatello, 2-1. The Thunder were able to win the season series, and Preston gets a chance to get even coming up tomorrow. The game was originally scheduled for 11. If you looked at the bracket on the Idaho Sports website, But just know that because of a Highland game being scheduled for 11 o'clock tomorrow, the Preston game has now been pushed back to at least a 1 o'clock start time, and it could start a little bit later than that. But we'll be on the air with the pregame show tomorrow about 12:50, 10 minutes in front of 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, on what we anticipate will be a 1 o'clock start tomorrow afternoon from Hollowell Field in Pocatello. So we will talk to you then. And until then, for our executive producer, Val Cook, and our studio engineer this afternoon, John Beverly, I'm Dan Hubbard here at Tony Hansen Field saying thanks for listening as the Indians knock off the Century Diamondbacks today to win their 11th game of the year. And the final score here this afternoon against the Century Diamondbacks was Preston 14, Century 4, and we'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon from Pocatello as the Indians will take on the Thunder tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Until then, have a great night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.